Good afternoon, YouTube. How is everybody today? We're doing things a little different. We are in my kitchen. I didn't want to sit in my office, so I had to config a few things because we're going to do some baking and we are going to talk a little bit about self-care because self-care looks so different to everybody else. So while I get adjusted, don't mind the disheveledness. Life is real. When you're an influencer, when you have products to sell, when you're trying to connect with your customers, authenticity is so important. So today you're seeing real life, real time in the kitchen. We're going to talk a couple different things, and I'm going to be baking up some toffee muffins as we talk. So let me get the camera situated a little bit. I am hoping everybody is really, really doing well under the circumstances, under whatever rule or state that you are in. I hope you are well. I hope life is working for you. I hope that you're assessing your own health, you're assessing your mind, you're putting your creative endeavors and implementing a plan so you can make the money that you need to make for you. It's been a while since I've been on, and for those of you that are new, or those of you who don't know who I am Kitryn Marie. I reside in St. Louis, Missouri. I am an artist, a writer, a speaker, a life and a business coach, and I promote a couple products. I work for outside entities that need my help. I help creative-minded women take their gifts, their talents, make a little money in the online space. I business coach, helping women brand their identity, helping them to become a little bit more than the environment that they have told they need to stay. The last 6 months, I have pretty much stayed myself, trying to re-gear life, trying to refocus, trying to rebrand really my business. And I haven't heard from anybody, and that's why I said I hope everybody is doing really, really well. Today I'm in my kitchen. One of my series that I do, it's called In the Kitchen with parentheses around my name, Kit. But today we are making some chocolate toffee muffins from the gourmet cupboard that I do represent. It is pre-packaged, pre-spice, easy meal prep. It's all you're doing is adding milk, egg. All the ingredients come in your package, and it comes in a variety of things. I felt like I wanted to bake today. Here in St. Louis, Missouri, it's probably 85 degrees. It's really, really nice out. I had my air off, but I needed to turn it back on. Allergies. This time of year, I know it gets to a lot of different people, different allergies. My throat has been real dry, and my ears have been itchy. The kid, my youngest today, he said, "Mom, my ear hurts." So I'm guessing it's the allergies. But I wanted to bake something to make us feel a little better. And how we self-care, it's different for everybody. I started exercising again. I started running. I turned 60 in July. When I turned 50, I'd started running. I needed to get myself back in shape. And the last 6 months been pretty lethargic. And I started my exercise routine started running again, trying to get my heart pumping. Because when you have a clear mind, that is part of self-care. When you can walk away from a situation, turn off the media, when you can focus on your gift, your talent, your craft, that is self-care. And staying ahead of the game and not getting too caught up in what somebody else thinks you should be doing or how somebody else thinks that they can dictate your life. Self-care, your own health, knowing how your immune system works, understanding the lymphatic system, and all the things that are needed to keep all your organs in check, and healthy lungs, and breathe clean air, and just stay in a really, really good environment knowing that that's where you are because you have your talent and you're offering something to somebody who needs something that you have, not taking advantage of who you are or what you have, but learning from you. And these are things that over the last, a good 8 years, I have tried to strive to put this business together, this life coaching, business coaching, helping women see that there is always so much more to the picture than what they are living in currently. And with all current situations that we are hearing, across the media, from our neighbors, from our friends, it's time that we do sit back. The holidays will be here quicker than we can imagine, and our family first and foremost, praying. If you have a belief system, finding people who share the same vibe with you, the same belief system. You don't want to talk somebody into something that is not who they are. People still have free will, free choice. And when you surround yourself with people who understand who you are and why you're doing the things you do, you attract more to your life. As a life coach, as a business coach, I often talk to very many women who want to start a business, but they don't know what to do with it. They have these wonderful ideas and no way to implement their thoughts and their plans. Being in one situation and desperately wanting out, getting and going in another direction, it does take a little bit of a methodical thought. And that's where I come in and I kind of listen to where they are and how they got there and where they want to go, making the amount of money that they need to make to survive. I'm not a carnival barker. I never have been, and I can point out the ones on the internet that are telling you, that you need to make those 7 figures and those 8 figures. No, you need to assess what it's going to take for you to survive in the household that you are in. You have to stop and look about what your needs really are and where your wants have been and what you can do away with to make the money that you have work for you. That's a smart choice. Having money work for you, not necessarily working for a corporation that is telling you, in order for you to have this job, in order for you to have this paycheck, you need to follow a rule that doesn't coincide with who you are or what your core is or even what your belief system is. I can't make anybody do anything that they don't want to do. But usually when people come to me, it's because they're at a stagnant place in their life and they're looking for hope. They're looking for direction. They're looking to see how somebody else has lived their life. I get questioned a lot. How do you do what you do? And I always say, one, I live a very charmed life. Everything I ever need presents itself to me. Every person I've ever needed is a third person away. My belief system, my higher power, the universe, having a vision board, putting together the images with the words, placing my thought through emotion and the things that I'm connected to, because when you can identify where your need really is and you can put an image to it, you can put a word to it, the universe has a wonderful way of allowing things to show up. But you have to understand that there is possibility in all situations. Not everything is helpless. Not everything is hopeless. And you just have to believe that if you are being positive, if you are putting out into the universe all the good things, all those good things present themselves to you. But you need to understand what you have to do to take care of yourself in order to have that self-care. And self-care, again, it looks different to everybody else. I'm getting ready for an art show, craft fair tomorrow at our local farmers market. And I was going over, some of the fall wreaths that I have because it's one of the classes that I teach. I do have one of my t-shirts on, and I'm phasing out my t-shirts for fall and winter, and I'll reintroduce them again in the spring. But changing your line, staying stuck in one story, staying stuck with one line, um, oftentimes you'll have burnout. And excuse me if I'm falling over my words. If you have burnout, you need to stop and think where you are in your life and why you have the burnout. And most of the time it's because you're trying to sell the same store, you're trying to sell the same product, you're trying to talk to the same audience when honestly things have bottomed out. And if the people that you know from before and they're not willing to buy from you and they haven't bought from you and they just kind of stalk your pages and stalk your YouTube or any of your social media, you know, they're really not the customers or the followers that you need. You need to be able to find the people that you can connect with who can understand who you are and change and evolve from the story you used to be in to where you're going now. You know, I don't talk about too much about when I was diagnosed with an illness. There's no need for it because I'm farther along. I'm in a healthier place. My mind is in a good place. Living in my house, making do with what I have till I can get to the next place, taking care of the things that I need to take care of with the amount of money that I have, the amount of money that's coming in, and the amount of money that I am willing to put back out so it comes back to me. So I'm in my kitchen and I wanted to do a little baking and I just felt it was important to touch base with everybody to see how everybody is because again, self-care looks so different to everybody else. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to know how you have been managing over the last 18 months. What have you been doing? What have you have been made to do that you really don't want to do? And are you willing to change the situation that you're in right now in order to get to another platform, to get to another place in life? What are you willing to work for? What are you willing to call out that no longer is working for you? And what are you willing to do the work to get you to that next place that you want to be? So I'm going to go ahead and put this together. It's just an easy pre-mix. The chocolate toffee, you mix this in a bowl. You add an egg. I'm going to melt some butter, use a little bit of milk, mix it all together, put it in my tin. It's the easiest thing when you are working with the gourmet cupboard. It takes the guesswork out of all things. And I did put the link below if you were interested in seeing all what the cupboard has to offer. Again, being authentic, coming to you, being the best that I can be, hoping that I'm making a difference in your life, showing you that there are very, very many different ways to live your life based on your gifts and your talents, not working 9 to 5, not working for a corporation that you don't know at any minute the bottom could drop out of. If you're interested in any of my classes, I teach a variety of things. I teach wreath making, I teach acrylic painting, I teach a jewelry class, a macrame class, I teach a cooking class. I promote different products. I promote the gourmet cupboard. I promote Avon. I work for Power Play Beverage, which is a new liquor company here in St. Louis, Missouri. I do all the things that I need to do because it makes me happy. My self-care is being a shaker and a mover, trying to inspire so many others to live a life that's more conducive and more successful for where their talents are based. Right now, if you have a craft, you have a talent, you're in a trade, you need to be finding ways to brand your identity so you're able to make money on your terms, not listening necessarily to what the corporate world or what the media wants to tell you, because oftentimes we are so misled. And, if you want to live your life in fear, you really need to stop and think about why you're choosing to live in fear and not to live in possibilities. So for today, for tomorrow, be happy, be blessed, be thankful for all the wonderful things that do come into your life. Remember, fate does turn on a dime, and you need to decide what side of that coin you want to be on. I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below. Send me an email again at kitrynmarie@gmail.com. Go over to kitryn-marie.weebly.com to see all of my work. And if you're interested, just reach out. I do. I want to hear from you. I want to know how everybody, all I believe I've got 267 subscribers. I want to know how everybody is doing. So y'all take care, and I'll see you real soon. Okay, bye.